Had to stream.
Girl. What?
Listen, we learning and we growing on this show. Appreciate you, Cindy. Thank you, boo.
You have a good show, babe.
And now that the camera is on, you look like you 12 years old. I'm gonna need to scooch this thing. So no, because you're not finna be looking like I'm already.
I'm just a short person. I need a booster seat, but I
Shout
don't
out
think
to
I have one.
Shout out to learning new things. We was all friendly and close, but anyway, so I asked Whitney, I said, you want to talk to me tonight on the air since Dr. Cindy Banyai is out, and you agreed. You happily agreed. Every time I talk to Whitney, she is pumped up about social justice issues and prison reform and what else? Oh, restoring voting rights.
Yeah, I just feel like right now there's so many issues that we have that are going on that are, it's like a pizza, and it's like voting rights, like social justice is a couple of those pieces. Health, how lacking healthcare for so long has impacted us to where people are not safe anymore. There's so many pieces of the pie, but I just really feel like for me right now, what I'm trying to focus on is being a good parent and transferring those values to my children, at least providing those values so that they have an opportunity to thrive, because I don't feel like I was thriving at their age with some of the methods of yesteryear.
So speaking of that, you told me recently that you're homeschooling now. What does that feel like?
It is a ton of work. I had no idea what I was doing when I started at all. I think that people who are doing homeschooling, there's so many reasons. Religious, people for time reasons. My daughter ice skates, like not super seriously, but there's like girls that go to her skating rink that they are homeschooled because they need to skate so frequently. So there's all types of reasons people are homeschooled. For
I
me,
think about that, having a child that's
a working actor or
extraordinary in maybe athletics or showbiz, whatever they're into, they must be some homeschool. So I don't know. I think homeschooling is excellent. I'd just be afraid to be wrong.
We are wrong. I'm wrong a lot, and we have to go back and look at things, and that's a huge part of it. And when you go into it, you don't realize how much teachers are doing, because every day they have to be familiar. They don't just stand up there and get to look at the worksheet and go, or they will mess up continually.
They have to prepare. That's the thing. You got to know yourself. So I know your kids are very informed when it comes to what's going on in these streets, which you can help us understand. She even walked in. She was like, Nipsey Hussle's killer got 60 years. I was like, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's good to hear, though. That was swift and quick justice.
That was swift. And that was only 2020 that took place. So really and truly, for a trial at that capacity, it turnaround at under 3 solid years is pretty swift justice for America. There's a lot of people don't realize that are sitting in prison, not prison, in jail, waiting on charges that they've been waiting. Some of it is strategic. I will say that for their defense methods, they're hoping that witnesses are unavailable after years and years or things like that. But for people that are in there waiting and it's not for their own benefit, it is tedious and time consuming. Jail is terrible.
Absolutely. Shout out to new friendships. So it's been a pleasure, friend. You got to give us some political jewels, because you be knowing usually Cindy come with the political highlights and lowlights of the week.
She probably has way smarter shit to say than I do. I will say this. I have a hot take. Imagine waking up to find out the rest of the country is now really worried about Ron DeSantis when you've been waving a flag for the last 5 years.
Yeah, now everybody's laughing at Florida. Like, everybody looking at Florida.
They've been laughing, and now they're like, oh, now they're like, wow, maybe so this Florida could happen to me.
Yeah, and then there's this law coming out that's about to ban dogs from hanging out the windows. I mean, like, I get it kind of, because it's safety first, definitely for our animals, but this is about to be a law before how many other things. It's wow. I get it, safety, but
I'm sorry. I'm just thinking of all the other things that would be more helpful than that, and
what deserves attention. And it's like Florida politically is being looked at as one of those places that is, let's just, I've literally heard people say, let's just cut Florida off the map.
Right.
And that's how they're feeling about us. They always thought we was wild and crazy. And some of the stories you hear coming out of Florida, it's wild. That's my state, and I'm going to stand beside it.
If people embrace that Florida man thing for so long, though, that when we started to have really crazy political stuff happen here, I think people took a lot of it in jest and just swallowed it down
and
now,
lumped it all together
Right.
and said it makes sense. And it's like, wow, you don't know you're that state until you like, wow, the rest of the world is really paying attention to where I live. And it can be of concern, and I just hope that we're good stewards with the attention that's out there. I hope our lawmakers are being led by something.
And I don't care,
The
like,
Holy Ghost.
I'm not looking for a blue or a red or any of that, but I do want to say this about Florida is that people, a couple of things, people before, when Ron DeSantis was running for governor the first time, that was a very close election. And we had an opportunity for people who are more progressive leaning in Florida to take and scoop up that loss and really go hard. And instead of doing that, I feel like the National Democratic Party did not invest money or time or effort really into Florida. And now all of a sudden, Florida is not a red state. It is now, because we had a bunch of people that moved here for a bunch of crazy stuff. But Florida was a very moderate, very purple place. And not 50 years ago, not 20 years ago. In 2018, the amount of votes that separated our current governor from his opponent was in the thousands. It's very low. So, you know, we need to decide, are we going to play a party? Or are we going to pick issues that matter to people if we are going to move forward successfully with positive leadership that impacts people positively? All types of people in Florida. Yeah.
I did not know that. Anyway, we're getting ready to wrap it up for tonight. Shout out to Scam Likely calling me. You won't get me. I'm so glad they created that Scam Likely thing. But anyway, thank you for joining me tonight. I don't like how I look like so much larger than you, Whitney. I don't like that. We gotta get you a high. No, we gotta get you. You gotta get you a high chair next time, because I'm not finna be sitting up here like that.
My thighs are gonna be like rocks.
All right. So thank you for joining Juice Podcast. Shout out to Dr. Cindy Banyai and Chester Wallace, who will be joining in the holiest of matrimony. Oh, bless that union, because you can do powerful things when you're loved correctly. So that's what I want to focus on for the rest of my life: being loved and loving, the process of loving and watching it unfold, and all the many blessings that can come from it. Right here. I love you so much, Whitney. Appreciate you, girl, for joining Juice Fresh Talk Podcast. And we're going to let you all go for this evening. Have a great week.
Wait, really fast?
Drop a rap verse on
I just want to say, I think Chester is probably a really great person, because anybody that Cindy has picked, and I wish all the best. I'm so excited for your future together. Congratulations. And I know you just must be a really special, cool dude. So good luck. Take care.
Shout out to Chester. All right, we about to wrap it up. I had to catch that. That was beautiful. I caught the end of it. I'm going to send it to Cindy. But yeah, drop a rap verse on us as we close out.
It's all good, baby.
Can it be yours? Make something up.
I do
you
not
can.
have that type of skills. Do, 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 do.